What can ruin people's lives if they don't catch on to early? Ignoring red flags and dating, it's not a scavenger hunt. Might sound a bit obvious, but future you will have to put up with the consequences of what you do now. It's easy to be in denial about that and just live for the day. Rabies, bad financial decisions, lack of ability to properly manage finances, alcohol and other drugs, lack of independence from parents. What is with these body counts on this sub? Tinnitus turns your life into a living hell, not even exaggerating. Having a kids and death. Type 2 diabetes, as others have mentioned, red flags from your partner or in any type relationship, their own mental health. Doing nothing to change yourself. Will you in 10 years from now be glad that you of today decided to make some changes and sacrifices to better yourself, or will future you look back on the you of today with regret? Dental care. I find reality tends to fuck people too who aren't ready for it. Not caring to question someone to find out the truth. Drinking alcohol habits. Drugs. People always say stay away from them, and one is too many. 1,000 is never enough, and yet people still do it, thinking I can't get addicted or disease won't happen to me. I'd argue not having a sense of situation awareness and knowing when to GTFO when the vibes aren't right. You can avoid a lot of potentially life-ending or traumatic shit by keeping alert for when someone might not be the safest to be around. This is also true for red flags from partners, I think. Now obviously this shit can still happen even if you try your best to avoid it, but you can never be too careful. IMO. 1. Flossing and brushing. You only have one set of teeth. Take care of them or be willing to pay a lot of money for dentures. 2. Sunscreen. I was a teenager during the era of Hawaiian tropic suntan oil, laying out for days for the optimum tan. Now I've got to see a dermatology 3 times a year for basal cell carcinoma removals and testing for melanoma inherited from my father. Not working out, watching porn, casual drinking drugs, codependency. Not recognizing patterns in behavior both in oneself and others. This takes a lot of self-reflection and time to accumulate the mental data, but you should be aware of how you trend in behavior, so you can make mental efforts to adjust or improve if needed. Ask yourself, are you the problem in every negative interaction, and move from there. Also, not understanding or seeing the timeline of occurrences that unfold when doing a task. You can easily become disgruntled or feel defeated when you take on a task without having the proper tools to complete it. X. You want to take your kid to the park for a few hours, great idea, but you can't just grab them and go. First, pack lunch, snack, water, make sure you have sunscreen, and a small first aid kit in the car, which should be there anyway. Pack any hand sanitizer you have or sanitizer wipes for the skin. You may need a sweater depending on time of day. You should check the weather. Then you need to have everyone use the bathroom, then load the car, and then you can leave. But the planning goes first and you need to be thorough. The unseen work is always the hardest and most important detail. Not managing your credit score, having kids unprepared, and young, brushing off changes happening in your body. Secret Dave. The concept of addiction. Instant gratification. Avoidant behaviors. Sleep deprivation. Getting married. ADHD. That little pain in your abdomen that turns out to be cancer.